Hello there.
Hello, young man.
Hello, Northern Irishman.
Here, that's a shout starting every week with the Brian Clough shout, is it not? No?
Yeah.
Hello, young man.
Hello, young man. You, shithouse.
You can take your medals and your trophies and stick them in the bin.
It's the Kick in the Game podcast. Have it.
How are you, mate?
I'm not too bad, mate. I had a bit of a late night again last night. I'm like, see this Lost, mate. I can't stop watching it.
Getting too deep.
Way too deep. And like you sit and you know what it's like. It's probably like you with that Yellowstone. It's like you sit till like quite late, and then you're like, sure, I'll just watch one more. And then you put it on, and you're like, I wish I just went to bed.
Because every episode just leaves a cliffhanger, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then it's like almost like a spider's web. It's like they close a part of the story off, but then they take another character and then they open up the story again, and you're like, where's this going? You know?
It goes pretty mental, that program. Like, and it actually lives up to its title called Lost, because you can get lost on it.
Yeah, like I said to you, like we spoke yesterday, and I was like, I can't remember ever watching what I've watched so far. Like, I can remember bits, but season 3 was the season that I stopped watching it years ago. I was like, it's not really for me. But this time I'm like, it's amazing. But I can start to see it going a bit strange, you know? It's like kind of going like this and just gets a bit weird, but yeah.
It was season 3 when there's like another island,
Yeah.
and there's a character called Ben.
Yes, so Ben, I'm at the bit now where Ben he's basically freed them all, and but then there's like a researcher called Juliet who you keep thinking is on the other side, and then you think that she's on the lost people side, and then it kind of flips back, and you're like, what's going on? Like every character's like that though, you know, like they set them up in a way where you don't know what side they're on.
It's quite tense and scary some bits, because I remember the first season, like you don't know what's in the forest as they keep getting like terrorized by something like an invisible force,
Big like black smoke or something that they keep seeing and stuff. Yeah, it's very, very interesting, but it's good watching it years later because, like I said, I stopped watching it years ago.
Never actually finished it then in completion.
I never finished it, so I think I got midway through season 3 and was like, oh no, screw this, I can't be bothered with this.
Right, aye.
And then I think I maybe tried to watch a couple of episodes, and there's a season where it all changes, and I think it's season 4 where it gets mental. It's like, right, and I think I watched a couple of episodes and that and was like, nah, that's not for me.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of getting to that stage now, but
you've got back in with a new, fresh perspective on it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what? I was actually thinking, because I think in our voice notes, I didn't say what the ending was, but I did say, the ending's quite fitting. But I'm actually looking back, I don't think I mentioned what the ending was.
No, you didn't mention it.
I think I just assumed you'd watched it already, so I'm kind of glad I haven't said anything like that.
Yeah, I think I kind of remember how it ended.
Right.
So like I've in the back of my mind, watching it, I'm kind of like, I kind of know how this ends. But it's nice to not know individual like characters and stuff like that with the way they're going to go, because I've kind of forgotten it all. So it's still good, even though you sort of kind of know what the ending was.
Yeah, right, so you're actually aware of what the ending is, like, so you're prepared for it, like.
Aye, but just don't tell me in case I'm wrong.
Yeah, aye. Well, I remember when I found out, before I finished off watching The Sopranos, that's a great TV show. I actually knew what the ending was. Have you seen that before as well?
Yeah, seen it years ago. I think that's like it's always ranked as like the number one TV program, innit? Right, shall we get started?
We shall.
So, mate, the first podcast, The Gig in the Game.
Here we are.
Do you feel that?
There's just a certain energy.
You can smell it. The Gig in the Game.
The Gig in the Game.
So, yes, we're going to be talking about football, we're going to be talking about pop culture, and we're going to be talking about one of our passions, music. So, we'll start with the football.
The Old Firm Derby.
The Old Firm Derby. So, did you watch a game, did you?
I did, yeah.
It was definitely a game of two halves, like.
Absolutely.
I thought Rangers were going to absolutely annihilate them in the first half. Like, I thought in the second half they were going to come out and really, score more goals. But obviously, with the change of formation for Celtic, kind of gave them the open door in to come back to 2-2. So
yeah, it was like Celtic needed to do anything to get back in that game to save their season.
Yeah, but the boys' overhead kick is just.
Oh.
Like it was one of those where I love moments when you you go off your seat and you're like, oh my god! But that was one of those.
It was probably you put that up there, one of the best goals in an Old Firm game. That was phenomenal, wasn't it?
100%. It's like you get these moments every now and again where like you had McTominay's in the qualifier, right? That was incredible. How high he got and stuff like that. But that one yesterday was like. It was just so sweetly struck. Like the bicycle kick was just perfectly timed, and it was.
Yeah, they're a rarity. Them and things of beauty.
Yeah, it was really. Good.
I don't know how you feel, mate. Right, but I don't really have much confidence in Rangers going any further because with yesterday they're 2-0 up in their own backyard, and they bottle it. And last week they were away to Livingston. Bottom of the league, and they couldn't beat them.
Yeah, I think they're just they're not losing games, but they're not winning them either.
No,
there seems to be almost like a softness is coming to them at the time at the right time of the season when they need to be winning games. They're just so fragile.
I think the opportunity, that was a great opportunity to basically kill off Celtic's title hopes.
Yeah. Because I mean, we said it before. We said it in the middle of last week that if someone lost that game yesterday, whoever it was out of the title race. Like personally, that's what I thought because I thought it was too much to claw back. It doesn't help any of them. It was a good result for Hearts more than it was for Celtic or Rangers. But
it was.
Yeah.
Apart from Celtic's slip up last week when you beat them, they just over the last little while. Getting last-minute goals, coming back from 2-0 down. I think they've got a bit more fight.
I personally still think it'll be out of the two of them, Celtic or Rangers. I think it'll be Rangers, and I could be wrong, but just looking, I've got the fixtures written down here of who they've got. Obviously, Hearts have got the easiest fixtures till the split.
Yeah, have they?
Yeah, they've got. Obviously 2 away, 2 home. They've got Killie, Dundee, Livy and Motherwell. I mean, Motherwell's going to be a tough one for them.
Yeah.
But Rangers have to go away to St Mirren and Falkirk. So that's they're two, very, very difficult games. Celtic they've got 3 away games. Aberdeen, Dundee United and Dundee. And then they've got to play Motherwell at home, so
3 away games in a trot, or is that 3 out the next 4?
No, it's split up because they've got Aberdeen on, is it Wednesday night, and then they go to Ibrox for the Cup.
It's a game in hand, isn't it? Because they got called off a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it's a game in hand. You look at Motherwell, so they've got Dundee away, Celtic away, Hibs at home, Falkirk at home, and then Hearts away. But if Motherwell win all those games, then they're only going to be probably sitting in third, couple of points behind Hearts. So it's mad. It's mad how the season's panning out.
How do you think Motherwell can keep this run up? Because he said the other week about them doing a wee outside title charge.
Yeah, I said it last week. I stuck a tenner on it because I'd said to you last week that they were about 80-1 before last weekend, and I got them after they won last weekend, and Celtic and Rangers both dropped points. The bookies slashed the odds to 20-1. So I managed to get 22-1. So yeah, I just stuck a tenner on it because I think they've got a good. Like I just can't see them losing a game. Like we're in their fixtures. Like I can see them winning every one of those games, Motherwell. So they've got to play them at Tynecastle in the last game of the season before the split, and then after the split they have to play them again. So. Like if they win their game in hand, they're only 6 points. I think it's 6 points. Let me see. 56. No, they're 7 points off of Hearts if they win their game in hand. Currently 10. Right. If they win their game in hand, it's 7, and then they've still to play Hearts twice. So if they keep winning their games, but Motherwell beat Hearts, they could only be a point behind them.
Never know.
It's insane.
They've got to play. Is the next time they play Celtic? Is that at Parkhead?
Yes.
Aye.
Yeah.
And Rangers at Ibrox, innit? Because they played a few weeks ago, didn't they?
Yeah, so post-split it'll be at Ibrox,
yeah. Whoa, it's exciting, mate.
It is exciting. We spoke on the pilot podcast episode last week that I'm just a massive Motherwell fan till the end of the season because Hibs aren't catching anybody. But before we move on to the other games, did you see the VAR decision in the Motherwell game? So the boys, it was I can't pronounce his name. Malne, what's the guy's called? The striker for Motherwell.
He's got a long name, and he's good, isn't he?
I was going to say Malmahashi, but it's not.
Something like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was basically the Dundee United player was like running out the box for him, and the Dundee United players like went like this and hit him in his midriff. I think it was it was Nick Walsh, the referee, obviously giving it the whole as we spoke about, goes to the side of the pitch to check the VAR, but the camera that they had used, it had like a big. I don't know if it was like a pillar in the stand or it was like a something on the screen, but like there was a big section of the screen that you couldn't see. You need to go. You need to go and see this because I was like, are they actually using that for VAR? Like,
do you know? Wait a minute, it's actually coming up on Sky Sports News. I'm seeing it.
Yeah, did you see it?
Oh my god, that's mental.
It looks like, do you know when you buy like restricted view tickets to a game?
Yeah.
And you're stood behind a big pillar and you're like this, looking around the pillar, trying to see the game.
Yeah.
It's like that, but they're using that camera for VAR, honestly.
That's pretty bonkers looking, like.
And then the one in the Hibs game as well, like the lines, like the camera they're using, mate, it's like a 1970s VHS camera they're using. It's all bloody.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get lines off the shoulders and stuff like that, and you're just like, oh my god!
Did they just club it together last minute?
Honestly, it's like England. The England Premier League's like digital, and we're still like analog, you know.
How did Hibs play at the weekend?
Do you know something? They played all right. You know, I don't understand how you can go to Celtic Park, right, and you can defend for your lives against Celtic for 60, 70 minutes, and then you concede 3 against Dundee. It's just, it's baffling, mate.
Yeah, you'd think after a big win like that last week, you would be full of confidence going into Saturday, but
yeah,
just brings you right back down to earth, doesn't it?
Oh, it hurts. Like, obviously, I had it on my wee accumulator and stuff, and you're just like, really? I really need to stop backing my own team, like.
Yeah, it's a curse, mate. You never bet on your own team at football, because then you lose as well, it's double whammy.
Mm-hmm. Because then, like, I've bet on them to get beat before and they win, and that's terrible to say. Like, I literally have bet on my own team to get beat, but like at the end of the day, it's, you know, if I'm winning 150 quid off my bet, then I don't really care. But like, it's the way it goes. You bet on them to win and they lose, and you bet on them to lose and they win, and you're like, oh no, come on.
I remember my friend Joe that I used to play in a band with years ago. He's a big Hibs fan, and when Hibs beat Rangers in the Scottish Cup final, he was so sick of like going to Hampden and losing the finals all the time. So he thought, right, if we get beat, I'm going to put 50 quid on Rangers. At least I know if we get beat, it will soften the blow.
That's an absolute sickener.
That's actually a good little method, because at least you know, like, oh fuck, I've lost the final, but I've got a good win.
It's like a win-win, because if your team gets beat and then you get like 30, 40, whatever it is you get, then you go, oh well, at least I've got money. But then if you win, you've got the joy of winning a game. So
softens the blow, sort of thing.
Yeah, Hibs now just have to put themselves. They just have to put distance between Falkirk. There's no chance of them catching down Motherwell. They're just too inconsistent. Far too inconsistent. They're four points clear of Falkirk. Same amount of games played. Much better goal difference. So if they can just keep plodding on and get into the top six, just have to keep our eye on Falkirk over our shoulders. So
pretty much cemented 5th place then. And I suppose you're looking at the final Edinburgh derby. That's like, that'll be Hibs' cup final to put a dent.
Yeah, you're pretty
rivals.
much. Yeah, you're pretty much trying to solidify 5th spot and beat Hearts in the post-split fixtures to stop them in the league. That's all the season matters now.
Yeah, it's all right. Are you happy enough with that, or maybe?
Nah, not really.
Next.
I think like
third last season, wasn't it? Like that was
third last season, but obviously like Hearts have been incredible this season. Motherwell have been incredible. I just think that with how we performed in Europe at the start of the season, it's like it's sort of the performances have fallen off a cliff. But it is what it is. And the coefficients change now as well. So like, I think from next season, like the you're only getting into like the initial qualifiers for Europe, and it's just making it a lot tougher. So it is frustrating that we couldn't have been further up the table, because the form that we showed in Europe, I think, would have had us up there with Motherwell's and Rangers and Celtics, battling away for second and third. But it is what it is.
I suppose as well, because Celtic and Rangers obviously they're not the best seasons by their standards. So it's like if any other team in the SPL, like Hibs have done, that Hearts have done, went on a good run, they'd be up there. Just like when Leicester won it, didn't they? Because you had like Man United, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea all having guff seasons.
Yeah, and this is it. I mean, it's just like a freak season, and it feels almost 2016-ish. Because I remember that season that all the big teams, all the pundits were like, Man City and Arsenal and all that, they're going to start winning games, and they just couldn't. They were going away and dropping silly points, and it's exactly what's happening now. You're looking at Celtic and Rangers to win games comfortably, and they're just not. They're almost handing the title to Hearts. So
it's just crazy, mate. It's gonna be some finale. It's just even though there's 9 games to go, it's. I don't know. Are people still thinking that Hearts are going to get this crumble moment where it's just gonna all fall apart like a deck of cards? Is that going to happen?
I don't think it's going to happen. I think they've got their hand on the trophy already, and I don't think it's going to be through them winning all their games. I think it's going to be Celtic and Rangers dropping points.
Yeah,
and maybe Motherwell having a stumble.
Aye. Because you think Celtic and Rangers now, you can't really afford to like lose any more points. Like they're going to have to, regardless of the game against Hearts, they're going to have to win pretty much every game. They've still got to play each other once. There's going to be one more Old Firm.
Yeah.
You'd be licking your lips in Hearts' position right now. You're thinking, we just need a few more wins, and they could probably, don't know, the teams below them beat each other and it'll stop anyone catching them.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's benefited them so much that they've not had Europe this season, because they've been able to play like most times on a Saturday, and then the Old Firm play on the Sunday. So it's almost like they've got that advantage of getting those points on the board and then handing it over to Rangers and Celtic, and they've just not stepped up. I cannot believe that they've hit a season where Rangers and Celtic have both been as poor as each other.
I know it's mental. You'd never see that again, mate.
See that again. In 3-4 decades, you would have seasons where Celtic or Rangers would be poor, but never like this, where the both of them are so poor. And Hearts have, well, credit to them, they've taken advantage of it, haven't they? But
never got the. I don't think the next game's till like 2 weeks away, because the Scottish Cup match is next weekend, isn't it? So even gives them more time on the training ground.
Yeah, more time on the training ground, and they've got their injuries coming back as well. So they've got Shanklin, Devlin, all of them to come back. But this could be maybe a potential stumbling block for them, because if you were McInnes, right? If you're Derek McInnes, how do you approach that? Because your team that you've made for the last 6-7 weeks hasn't lost many games. Yeah. So do you change a team that's playing well, or do you put Shanklin and Devlin and all them back in the squad? It's a tricky one.
Yeah, so I suppose it's but sometimes when players come back from injury, though, it's weird, because if your team's been doing well and the star player's been out, sometimes it's hard to mould them back in. But you'd expect having that quality of player coming back, like a Shanklin, will probably be a benefit. It'll just give them that more boost to know that, he's back.
Yeah.
Mental, mate. Honestly, I just always said my whole life, is there ever going to be another team that's going to win the SPL? And I'll just be amazed. Still thinking, I can't imagine it happening, but here we are.
Here we are, exactly. I can't imagine it either, but like, I've started to accept it as a Hibs fan. I've started to kind of go, this might be the season for them, like, so. But like I said, if Shanklin and Devlin come back and say they wobble in the game that they come back, then it might throw a bit of panic into the team, because if McInnes goes, right, I'm going to throw the injured players straight back into the first team, and they maybe lose that game, then the doubts start creeping in. He's like, why did I change the team? So
even when they lost to Rangers a few weeks ago, I kind of felt like they capitulated a wee bit, because they went 1-0 up, 1-1, 2-1. It just seemed a bit, I don't know, just they were like put in their place a wee bit, like put back in their line. But you never know.
But anyway, it's a better league title race than down south, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Did you watch the Arsenal-Chelsea game yesterday?
I did, yeah. Arsenal outstanding from corners again, as always.
They're unreal at corners, eh? Like,
I don't know what their set piece coach does, but it just seems that like every time you get a corner now, it's just there's a big hurrah about it. Like, the commentator was saying that obviously the Chelsea team quite small physically.
Yeah.
So that's an instant advantage. You've got height, obviously, that gives you a bigger advantage. But the way they do corners as well, like to score them from like mad angles and that, like back post, not it in. A second goal was pretty bad defending from Chelsea.
But the set piece coach is now like a in thing, innit? Like every team's got a set piece coach.
Right, a corner flag in their office.
A corner flag in the office. Just working on corners and free kicks. It's it's a strange area of football, isn't it? Like I was watching the game, watching the game yesterday, and I was like, the game sort of like evolved into like such possession based, and I think you mentioned this a couple of weeks ago to me, was like it's just athletes. It's like every player's athletic, and it's just athletes playing possession based football. And I sort of miss the days when you would get like a Scholesy, Gerrard, a Lampard, who would just pick the ball up in the pocket as like a deep midfielder and just zing a ball into the channels and have like the attacking phase of play, like, and the game would change instantly. So it would be like it would go across the back, and then within like a second the ball would be played forward, and then you'd have an attack. Whereas now it just seems so laboured and like back forward, and like you said, set pieces are becoming a huge thing. You mentioned on our last phone call about the long throw in.
Yeah.
and how that's becoming like a thing. Like they're going to start trying to put it in the box from like the halfway line. You know, they're going to just get their players to like bulk up in the gym and be like, chucking like big 8-kilogram kettlebells in the training ground.
Channeling the inner Rory Delap.
It's going to be
I'm
like that.
starting to shit myself when opposing teams get throw-ins now. I'm like, this was never a problem before. Why is this a problem now?
Yeah. The set piece coaches are probably training them like the Highland Games, you know, like chucking big logs, like.
Yeah, they're all got like putting the ball in the top as well and giving it smoothing it down.
They dry the ball. I know. They dry it and they're like, yeah, and then they come back and they've got their wee routine. But some of them.
This is a thing, right? I'd never actually thought this, but see if someone throws it in and there's no contact and it just goes in the goal. Is that still a goal? Has there got to be contact from another player?
That's a very good shout.
I would have thought that.
Yeah, because if they throw it in the net, is that not technically like a handball? if they're throwing it in the net.
I've never actually thought about that rule. Not that it would probably ever happen. It might have happened in a crazy game of football one time, but yeah, just if someone throws it and they all like try to go head it and miss it, and the ball just bobbles down.
Yeah,
and
what would that
sneaks
be?
In.
Well,
I tell you what, see at the end there that I think Ganacho put a cross in. I don't know if you've seen that, and it looked like Pedro nearly got a touch on it, and Raya made a great save. It's one of those like the goalkeeper doesn't know, is the defender's going to get this? What should I do?
Yeah, a bit
right
sort of
in
between. Yeah. My heart was in my mouth whenever they scored the offside goal.
Yeah.
Because that felt like a huge moment in the season. Like if that was onside, then you would have looked at that table and went, right, Man City are in the driving seat here, but we're talking about Hearts grinding out results. Arsenal are just grinding out every result that they can find.
I think, right, in the Premier League, I've got like a prediction that these two things are going to happen. One, Arsenal are going to bottle it again. Right. Or two, they'll beat Man City at the Etihad, and that'll be like game over. We've finally done it. I think it's going to go two ways. It's either going to be that, or Man City are just going to chip away and catch them up.
Man City have got the experience, haven't they? I think Arteta's due a title, and I think he's got his team moulded enough to not stumble.
Aye. You'd just be showing them clips of like the heartache of the last few years, like the games where they threw it away. Like, just don't let that happen again.
Yeah.
But sports immortality comes at a price, mate, to get over that winning line, innit?
Yeah. When is the Man City game?
I don't know when it actually is. I've not looked at fixtures, but they have to play each other in the League Cup final as well.
Yeah.
One of them.
Because that's 2 weeks on Sunday, I think.
Yeah. So that could be a sort of like a side psychological game that maybe give a wee indication of where things are heading. Because if Arsenal were to win that, then it might be like, we've beat City, we've won a cup. That might just give them that edge.
Always gives the edge over games done it. Sometimes. Yeah.
Have you seen that thing? There was a couple of years ago that like Pep Guardiola deliberately told Arteta to find another Premier League club to manage, so it makes the league competitive. So it makes it competitive for City.
No, I never read that.
It's like a sort of joke thing. Like Guardiola is too easy winning the Premier League, so he gave his assistant, told him he got a job with the Arsenal to make it a bit interesting.
Pep Guardiola's like the mafia boss of the Premier League, isn't he?
Yeah. This is just too easy. Like, just give me some competition, but know your place.
Yeah, but it's been a long time coming because what's Arteta been there from 2019?
Yeah,
and he's just
he took over Arsenal and won the FA Cup within like the first.
Yeah, that's
months,
right. Yeah. So definitely
he has done some job. Like, there's no doubt about Arsenal are a solid team. That like, it's just I think. They've won the league years ago, obviously, with the Invincibles, phenomenal team. But I think for this Arsenal team, you're always going to be remembered for generations if you win the title or not, aren't you?
Yeah, the title's like the penultimate, innit? It's like, you're not defined as a great manager or a great team unless you've won that title. And that's why the Arsene Wenger Arsenal teams, Fergie's Man United teams, and Guardiola's Man City teams will always be regarded in the history books because they won multiple titles. So he needs to. He needs to get it over the line. But they play. I've got it up here. 22nd of March is League Cup final, and then the 18th of April is the Premier League match between them. So that's 6 weeks away.
That's still quite a while away, to be honest, isn't it? So
still quite a while away. So you've got to look at that as if the table. So what's it now? It's 5 points, but Man City's got a game in hand. So
yeah,
it could potentially be 2 points. That could be the game.
Right now, you'd probably say it's in City's hands because they've got to play the game in hand, and they get to play Arsenal at the Etihad, and Arsenal have got a dreadful record there, haven't they?
But Arteta might just go to that game and play 10 men behind the ball and just play for set pieces, mate.
Aye, just play for corners. Just get us a corner. We've got a chance.
The set piece coach will be busy that week, let me tell you.
Oh, he will be working double shifts.
Working night shift and everything, trying to get Arteta's got to be like, listen, right, the only way we're winning this game is through our set pieces, so get to work.
The set piece coach will be falling asleep on match day, won't he? He'll be like, Mikel, you've kept me up awake all week. Huh? I can't think of another good set piece.
But yes, that'll be an interesting game if it's still as tight as it is. But But no, I thought it was a good game yesterday. The only thing was, the first 20 minutes, half an hour, we spoke before about how the game's becoming so possession based. What was Chelsea all about with the keeper at the start of the game? Constantly passing the ball to him. Obviously, the restart has to come from the keeper. This is how modern teams play now. But the geezer was Sanchez was so uncomfortable on the ball the first 25, 30 minutes.
Yeah. Right.
Yet they still continue to play it for the back. Surely a manager should see that and be like, right, whoa, this is going to cost us a goal here. Just kick it long, go direct. Stop messing around at the back there. You're
shooting yourself in your own foot completely. I think the Chelsea centre-backs were having a go at him as well. Just get rid of it.
You could see them being frustrated. But then how much is that sort of coming from the side of the pitch? And how much is that on the players' own decision-making? Has the manager given them freedom to go, we want to play it for the back, but we want to do it off the own back of the players? Or is that an instruction that you have to play out from the back? If I see the ball going long, whatever, I don't get it. Seeing a player so uncomfortable and a couple of dodgy moments where he just about gave the ball away.
I know, I thought Nick Pope was bad. But it's too risky, mate. And this is what a lot of teams are doing now. They want a keeper that can play with their feet and be like a sweeper keeper.
Over the years, you had Buffon and Schmeichel, and I always liked big Oliver Kahn, mate. He just looked nuts.
He was a Brit, man, like a henchman from Die Hard.
That's exactly what he's big German villain.
Yeah, I didn't want to mess with him. What's his name from Munich? Neuer, he's class, isn't he? He's been class for years.
Yeah. He used to be a bit off the cuff, didn't he? He just used to he was almost like do you ever watch that film with Jason Statham, Mean Machine with Vinnie Jones?
Right. Yeah.
And the keeper, who's Jason Statham, the keeper comes out and he's taking the ball for a dribble during the game, and he's like, that was what that was what Neuer was like. Sometimes you'd be like, is that the keeper? Is that Neuer?
You know what, I hate to give this guy coverage, but Jordan Pickford's save on Saturday, I don't know if you saw it at the end of the game.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it.
Tonali smashed a volley. It was an absolute, the ball just bobbled down, and it was one of these 25, 30-yarder, boom, volley. And as soon as he hits it, it's that is busting the net, and Pickford has made an fucking outrageous world-class save.
Yeah, was it incredible, was it?
Oh, yeah, it was phenomenal. I was just sicking. I was like, any other keeper, please, but not Jordan Pickford. Yeah. But he's every time he plays Newcastle, he's either the villain or he's the hero. But he just sits there. Every time it's St James's Park, he's just got a smug grin on his face because he's an ex-Mackham. And as soon as he gets to the ball, he's just getting pelters. But he's made a few errors in games against us, and when he makes errors, it's just and we're winning the game. He just gets absolutely hounded.
It's when he does like something good, like he makes a good save or something, and he like bombs it to his defence, and he's like, see if you were an Everton defender, you'd be like, shut up, shut up, dick.
My brother said that he's got that look, Pickford, of a guy that would try and sneak your misses. And then he'd be like, no, it wasn't my fault, mate. It was all her. He's got that look about him.
He's got that sneaky bastard look, hasn't he? Like that, just that.
I hope he enjoyed that win on Saturday. Get him next time. But even like with Pickford, like, I mean, with England goalkeepers, I think, I don't know, do I judge him is he one of the best England goalkeepers, would you say? David Seaman? Well, Seaman made a howler against Brazil, of course.
Yeah. I think defining best goalkeepers is something that people who have maybe got more experience playing the game than us would be able to tell us. But I mean, you can't deny he's not a good keeper.
I think he's a good keeper. I think he's the best of like a bunch of England goalkeepers. I don't think England goalkeepers are that outstanding.
Yeah, I mean, who have you got that's English keepers at the minute who could potentially go to the World Cup? Obviously, Pickford's going to be number one, isn't he? But
you've got Henderson. James Trafford, he's like City's number 2, but he's not really played much. He's Nick Pope, but I don't think he gets anywhere near the England squad. It's mad because we've got him and Ramsdale now.
Yeah, Ramsdale, but Ramsdale was way down the pecking order anyway. Yeah. He's cleaning the boots of the second choice keeper if he goes to the World Cup.
Yeah, it's. I do know what's crazy, mate. We loaned out a goalkeeper last season. Apparently, when we sold Elliot Anderson to Forest, apparently behind the scenes we've paid 20 million for their goalkeeper called Odysseus Vlachodimos. Right. He's a Greek goalkeeper, and he's got loads of Champions League experience behind him. He played with Benfica, but I think for some reason since he came last season, Eddie Howe never liked him and just like sent him on loan. And apparently he's doing really well with Sevilla. Sometimes maybe like a player, like when it comes into a new club and a new place, new city, they probably just might not settle. It could be like things like the family's not happy.
Yeah. Getting used to like the surroundings and new city, new environment. Yeah.
It's quite gutting. So, yeah, sometimes it just doesn't work out, or like it could just be like the culture that he comes from and his coaching before. Because it's mental. Because you think like, if someone's talented enough, they should just be able to get into any squad. But if you don't need work or you don't need to impress the manager, things like that can go against you. He's doing really well with Sevilla now, and like I said, he's got loads of. He's Greek's goalkeeper as well. Greek's number 1, but it's just never happened for him. I don't know why. And I've never actually seen him play a game. I think he came on at 45 minutes during a League Cup match last year. Didn't really put a foot wrong, but I suppose if he's not probably doing it in training or...
We never see that side of it, don't you? Like, you always see like managers who pick teams and, you know, you're sort of like, why they're not picking that player, why they're not playing that player. But you never know what's going on behind closed doors and, you know, behind the training ground.
Yeah, you could be like your attitude stinks or something in training, you're not working hard enough.
Yeah. I always wonder if football squads are like, you know, when you go into a workplace and you have like people you just don't like. Yeah. You know, like you go into workplaces and you're like, I really can't stand them, and whenever they're in, you're like, we all have it in our professional working life.
Yeah.
I wonder if football squads are like that. I wonder if people just pure hate each other and they're like just might like getting picked on their same five-a-side team, and you're like, oh God Almighty.
Yeah.
Why'd I have to be on his team?
Can you imagine like us as gigging musicians going out and just be like, I don't actually enjoy this, just happen to be good at it.
Well, this is the thing, because I've always said that like if you don't enjoy something, then there's no point in doing it.
No.
Because once the love goes for it, then the passion goes, and then it's like a slippery slope. Whereas a professional football player can't just like, well, I suppose they could, but like they're not really going to get to like 26 or 27 and be like, I don't really like my job. Like, I'm going to go for an interview down at the local Tesco.
I know, yeah.
Because I feel like stacking shit. They're kind of in that profession, you know, like there's not like much of a career change you can go into, do you know what I mean? It's very bizarre.
Did you watch the Brits on Saturday?
I did indeed. I don't really like the Brits, to be honest with you. I think it's a lot of nonsense. But I was watching it because Noel was getting the Songwriter Award, so
Yeah.
Kind of had it on. I always record everything anyway, so I had it on record, and I was kind of just flicking past it and stuff like Harry Styles was good. Rob
Yeah,
Lowe
he was really good. I watched his set.
Yeah, I do like Harry Styles. Got a lot of respect for him because he's
Yeah. He's a class. He's a class act. Like his songs are good, and he's got like this sort of like good stage presence and that. It's mental because you think he came from like a little boy band back in the day, but he's actually a very, very good artist.
Yeah. Do you know what? I said this to the missus, right? I don't know if it's just me, right? But do you not find that the stage setups are absolute nonsense at these award shows? So, like, I was watching it, and there's like a full-blown choir on one act's performance. Then there's a friggin' car or a taxi or something on Mark Ronson's. And then there's like, Harry Styles had like 50 dancers on stage. And then there was somebody else who had like an orchestra.
Yeah.
And I was kind of watching it going like, what? It's like they're all trying to outdo each other. You know, the songs are really like subpar for me anyway, because I'm not really into like the modern music that's classed as like in the Brit Awards. Not really into it. But it almost feels like they always just try and outdo each other with their on-stage performance. Like I just miss a live band on a stage with a guitar, bass, drums, boom, away you go.
Yeah, all theatrical now, isn't it? Like maybe that's because like the technology we've got and like the props and stuff. Like we've got the producers of the show and organisers. They can set all this up, and some of it's like way over the top, but. I mean, that's some arena, that Co-op arena, is massive, isn't it? Like, I think, did they say it's the biggest like crowd they've ever had at the Brit Awards or something?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I had actually never realised it was the first time they'd had it outside London.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that.
And was it ever on a Saturday night? Was it not always like during the week years ago?
Yeah, it might have been actually, yeah. I remember watching it during the week one year.
Yeah. And one where like, I think like Jarvis Cocker, did he not like do something crazy one time?
Yeah, I just love watching the old clips from like the Britpop era, and they were all just nuts. This is why it's not the same. Like you had bands who just had such a carefree attitude. You know, like you had your Oasises, your Blurs, your Pulps, your Suedes, and they just turned up to these award shows, and they were just like, yeah. Who cares who we offend? Whereas now it's so like careful, and you know, like they block out all the swearing now as well. Like so, it goes. I don't know if you noticed this, but like whenever they're interviewing somebody or somebody's talking, it would just cut off, and it would just be like because they knew that person was going to swear, and it was on like a 10-second delay.
Oh, yeah,
but yeah, just not the same.
It was good to see Noel looking fine in his old age, still. Producing the goods. Yeah,
good to see him back. I think he was more surprised than everyone else because he's like, I haven't written a song for 2 years. How have I got the songwriter award? But I see he was spotted coming out of his studio in London a couple of weeks ago, and everybody was like debating whether he was making new music or he was, you know, getting stuff ready for next year for a new tour. So. I don't know if there's maybe going to be a new Oasis tour coming, which fingers crossed there is.
Do you think if Oasis write a new album, it'll be more of a collective thing, or it'll still just be Noel Gallagher just writing the songs?
I think it'll be Noel just writing the songs.
Yeah.
Because I think the way that he has to look at it is that, like, he's done a world tour with his brother, right? And everything's went all right. But if he goes back into his studio and tries to work with him, and maybe there's a couple of that there might be a bit of tension there. So I think he's probably thinking, well, I'll just write 11 songs for an album, and then I can get the other guys in to do their parts, and then boom, we're away.
Yeah. And what do you think? Like, if he's writing the songs, is he going to be like, I want this to be an Oasis song, or I want this to be my song and a High Flying Bird song? Or is he going to divvy up?
Well, he came out a couple of years ago before the Oasis reunion, and he says, "Oh, I've written a Stadium Rock album." And I think that raised a few eyebrows. Everybody was like, Stadium Rock, really? So I think he's already got an album written.
Like, he had this in the works for Oasis, like, probably not for his High Flying Birds.
Matthew, I'm telling you, right? They were talking way before the reunion was announced.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think they were talking for years before it, and I think they've got the right people in place to be like, right, just wait a minute, go and do what you need to do solo wise. Just go and do what you need to do, and then whenever it all dies down, we'll announce the reunion, and you'll make a mint of it. Because if you notice, whenever they were first doing their solo stuff in like 2015, 2016, Liam was still in BDI, then he moved on to his solo stuff, it was like a constant barrage of abuse to each other, right? Noel was saying stuff about Liam was saying stuff, but in the last few years it kind of stopped, and Liam was like, oh yeah, he's my brother and all that, and then Noel was the same. Noel had changed as well, and he was like, if he wants to call me, he can call me. I think they've been in touch since maybe 2021, 2022.
Giving each other the wink at dinner at Mum's house.
Absolutely, like just sly wee texts on the side, how are you, Merry Christmas bro, and all that, and
Yeah. Surely they never hated each other that much. They probably just thought we'll just let the public think we hate each other.
Yeah, because if you announced, I'm back talking with Liam, and everybody would be like, really? And it kind of takes it away. Whereas, like, they've obviously maybe been told, like, right, okay, you're back talking with each other. Everybody in your close circle knows.
Yeah.
Just keep it under wraps. You're still not talking to each other because we're going to build momentum here, and we're going to build to a world tour. And yeah, hopefully it lasts for years. Hopefully it lasts for a good few years, and we get new music and we get on our tour. The door's open now for them to come back with new music. They never toured around Europe last year, so they've got that window of opportunity to go around Europe, and then they could do another tour with their album, and then they could do another greatest hits tour, and then but what they need to do, I think, is they need to just do it for the next 3-5 years, and then just call it a day.
Aye.
And
Mate was telling
off.
me last week in Ben's band, Rob, he was saying something about like when bands and acts play Glastonbury, they don't really make that too much money from playing there. So a lot of bands have to put money to play it. Or might just be a little amount of money. They'll make money off like the PRS and stuff, but maybe Oasis, they might not play it if the money's not right for them. They'll be probably thinking, well, we'll play Glastonbury, but we want a good amount, a good fee for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're paying your pyramid acts, the main headlines. You're paying them big money.
Yeah.
I mean, Adele's not flying halfway around the world to just play for our PRS.
I know. The PRS fee would be good, but...
I 100%. But, no, I couldn't tell you. I don't know, like... Obviously, if you're like a small band, just having the opportunity to play Glastonbury and put it on your CV is probably more lucrative than a check, but...
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you reckon it's probably just the sort of like... I don't know, it's the glamour of playing Glastonbury just to play that festival as big as it is.
Yeah, I think having that on your CV is like so prestigious. If you're ever going for trying to get record deals and publishing deals and stuff like that, to know that your band has played Glastonbury is pretty up there with achievements. To play any festival, I think, is a big achievement because it's a decent standard of band that's to play festivals, isn't it?
Yeah. And then obviously you've got the Transmit up here now, which Tea in the Park's a thing of the past, but Transmit's massive now, isn't it?
Yeah, Transmit, it's grown arms and legs, isn't it? Is it still in Glasgow they play that?
Yeah, Glasgow Green.
There's a few good outdoor venues in Belfast that you would get big bands coming to. You'd have like Orma Park, or you'd have Titanic Quarter. I seen Noel Gallagher at Titanic Quarter a few years ago, and I've seen both Liam Gallagher and I've seen Green Day at Orma Park. And Green Day were absolutely incredible. It was like one of the best gigs I've ever seen.
Yeah, classmate. They were the first live band I actually watched, actually. They played at the Milton Keynes Bowl. It's the first time I've seen the band Hardfire as well.
Hardfire, mate. That brings back memories. I seen them. I tell you when I seen them at the Barrowlands, right? In 2007.
Yeah.
Hardfire. Seen them years ago.
It was weird, this bill, because you had Green Day and you had like these pop punk bands supporting them. So you had Jimmy Eat World and someone called Taking Back Sunday. Jimmy Eat World were really good, and Hardfire were just this indie band, this indie new hard to beat band.
Hard to beat. Yeah,
they played a cover of Seven Nation Army. And we're like, who is this band? And then I think it was about a couple of months later. I think it was on like Kerrang or MTV. Just seen Hard to Beat. I was like, that's that band that was supporting Green Day. But Green Day were outstanding, mate. They were
so good. They were so good. But that Hard-Fi, before I speak about Green Day, the Hard-Fi group, when we seen them at the Barrowlands in 2007, we paid extra. I was with my brother and his mates, and we paid extra on our ticket to get a fresh printed live CD of the gig. Right?
Yeah,
This was incredible, mate. So the gig finished, right? Mm-hmm. And then we had to queue separately coming at the Barrowlands. And we waited maybe 5-10 minutes, but they had freshly pressed the live CD, the live audio from the gig onto a CD.
Really?
And if you had your ticket stub that gave you the live CD, you just handed it and got a CD off them. It was class.
Whoa. So the live gig you were at, that all got just like put onto the CD for you?
I've got the CD in my studio. On it sounds untrue, but I'm telling you, the timings might be a wee bit wrong. Like we maybe had to wait like 20-30 minutes, but there was like a separate bit that you went to, and you handed them a ticket, and they were like, that was for the extra money that you paid to get the live CD at the gig.
Yeah. Fucking hell, that's crazy, man.
Aye, crazy.
Were they good live? I've never actually. Well, I've never heard of them until I've seen them live, but I thought they were alright actually.
I couldn't tell you. I was 17 and it was... I think listening back to the CD, you'd be like, they're not that great. But at the time, when you're in the moment, you're like, this is the best band I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But I tell you who was good live, and you'll probably agree, mate, Green Day. Sensational live.
Yeah.
I went because I got a ticket at Orma Park, and... I didn't know what to expect. I was like, Green Day, grew up with them in school and stuff like that. But I walked away, mate, and I was like, that's one of the... At one point in the gig, Billy Joel Armstrong brought out this big gun, right? Not an actual gun, but like it looked like a big plastic bit of tubing, and he was running about the stage, and he was like, who wants a fucking t-shirt? Pew! 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 And he was just shooting t-shirts at this gun into the crowd, and I was like...
Yeah.
Incredible.
I remember when they played, I think there was like this 3 songs that they done at the end. They done Shout by Lulu cover, and they done Minority, and the whole place was just jumping. It was right after they bought the American Idiot album. Oh, that was when I first got into Green Day.
Yeah.
So they were touring that, and it's just a phenomenal band. Really, really good, and alive. A good first gig to ever go to.
Really, really good band live. And similar to Oasis last year on the tour, I thought that they were just incredible live. Like I said, I don't really get these people who are like, oh yeah, they're better than they were 20. I can't remember watching Oasis 16, 17 years ago. Like I genuinely can't remember what the gig was like. I can only remember... Yeah, it's just a distant memory. I can always remember sort of vaguely, they were good or they were rubbish, but you can't remember the sound from 16, 17 years ago. But last year was incredible for Oasis. That Green Day gig was up there as one of the best I've ever seen. Just unreal. What's the worst band you've ever seen live? Big band, I'm talking.
The worst big band I've ever seen live? No, that's a question.
Went to a gig, so we've established Green Day is up there, Oasis. What's the worst gig you've ever been to?
Oh, that is a tough question. Because I never really went to a gig and I don't know if I've ever been disappointed. Like a big band that has been really bad live. What about yourself?
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's disappointing.
The other venue that they would use over in Belfast is Boucher Road Playing Fields. Mm-hmm. They're no longer using it now because I think they lost a license or something to play gigs there, but it's obviously just this big open field that they had gigs on.
Yeah.
Seen them 2017. My brother-in-law Woody came over for it because he's a massive Red Hot Chili Peppers fan.
Yeah.
And I was like Green Day. I was a bit like, never seen them live, but I'll go and see what they're like. I'm open to all genres of music.
Yeah.
I stood there bored as feck
Do you know that if you think of like a band that you would like to see off your bucket list, I think they would be sensational. So that's all right.
Do you know what was mad about it? It was like they played all their good songs at the start of the gig. So they played all their well-known songs, and the first 4 or 5 songs, it was like Californication, Under the Bridge. And they were doing this weird thing between songs where they were like almost like Flea and the guitarist was just like jamming. It was almost like quite jazzy. So they would be they would just be like filling in between the songs. And you'd be sitting there and you'd be like, is this a song? Or is this a fucking interlude or something? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then they'd break into a song and you'd be like, oh, right, okay, it's a song. But it was one of the most disappointing gigs I've ever been to in my life. Like, I was just like, nah, what's this shit?
I do like the Chili Peppers, but there's also some songs that I'm a bit like meh. Like they're just. I think they're a great band. Musically, they're absolutely sensational.
As musicians, top class musicians. But yeah, I just didn't get it. Just
If there was one band I could ever think would put on a mad show and you'd like for the music, how good they are musically, you'd think the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So that's quite sad to hear that, mate, to be honest.
Yeah. Listen, that's just my opinion. Like, you probably get loads of people seeing them going, they're amazing.
When I seen Oasis first time, the only time I've seen them, that was at Wembley, and I think that was one of their last few gigs that they done. And they were supported by Kasabian. They were really good live. Really good. And so were the Enemy opened up. They were good as well. The funny thing is, mate, right? I don't know if I told you this story before. Went to Oasis at Wembley. Kasabian was supporting, the Enemy was supporting. But a few months prior to that gig, the Enemy, they're from a town called Coventry, or City Coventry, which is not far from Corby. And the pub that I used to drink at in Corby called the Kingfisher, just a small pub, in a town pub. The landlord knew the manager of the Enemy, and he managed to book the Enemy for this pub in Corby. And you couldn't get a ticket for it. It was rammed. So I couldn't get a ticket to watch them in this pub in Corby that I always drink at, because it was like £10 a ticket, first come, first serve. And we thought, the crowd's going to be mental. But a few months later, seen them support Oasis. So
it's crazy, eh? Like, it's mad.
Mental. And it is just like a pub, like a raw pub gig. Like, and a couple of my friends were. They said it was sensational. I seen them at Wembley a few months after.
When was that gig that you went to see Oasis?
That was 2000, and I think it was 2009, 2000. I think Oasis broke up in 2010, didn't they?
Right, because this is weird as fuck, mate. Right, because I went to those gigs.
The one in London.
The one that Kasabian and the Enemy supported them.
Yeah, aye.
But the only thing is, the gig that I went to, so there was 4. Can you remember the other band that was opening for them on that night?
I think the gig that I went to was on a Thursday.
Right.
And I think it was, all I can remember was Oasis, Kasabian, and the Enemy. I don't know if there was another band.
There was another band. Now, whether they played that gig or not, I don't know. You'd have to look back. It was Reverend and the Makers.
Oh, right.
So I went to the gig on the Saturday night, I think, and the Enemy had pulled out because of illness.
Right.
So it was only Reverend and the Makers, Kasabian, and Oasis, and Kasabian had to play an extended set.
Oh, did they?
But I've never seen the Enemy live, right? But that's twice that I had the opportunity to go and see them live, and I've never seen them. So didn't see them in 2009 when they supported Oasis because of illness, and then I got tickets for them, I think it was the year after, in 2010, I got tickets for them at the Edinburgh Corn Exchange, and got to the venue on the night, and a big sign on the door saying the Enemy have cancelled because of illness. So that was twice that I had the opportunity to see them, because I love the Enemy. After that, any time that I had the chance to get tickets, I was like, nah, don't want to go and see them. I'm done with them, because that's twice that I had the chance to go and see them and never got a chance. So
do you feel like you're just never destined to go see the Enemy?
Never destined.
It's not meant to be.
It's just not meant to be.
Oh, mate, I mate Ben, like, he's obviously seen them loads. He's mad for them. I had a chance to see them last year because they played, what was it called? It used to be the Corn Exchange in Edinburgh. It's called the O2 Academy. But, maybe one day you'll see the Enemy, mate.
Yeah, though, after that I was like, oh, that's a bit gutting, you know?
One day, mate.
What one day? Cause I've had enough. I say I love that tune. Is that us, aye?
I think we could save that for the next podcast, but it's been an absolute privilege doing this Gig in the Game podcast with you today, Bill.
Yes, absolutely. So, yes, we'll meet up next week again, and we'll see what topics we can talk about, see what mouth-watering topics we can sink our teeth into.
Yes, and now I'm going to look on the Ticketmaster for any tour dates involving the enemy, and I'm going to buy you a ticket to watch.
Are you going to buy me a ticket? Happy days. Yes, me and you, mate. Me and you.